Greetings everyone, Levi Hitcho here to bring you a character profile from Fate Apocrypha. Today we'll be looking at the Saber class, more specifically Saber of Red, Mordred. This video will mostly discuss the history of the character that most people may not know from just watching the anime. We'll start though with a little bit of detail on the character, and I'll try my best not to spoil anything. Anyways, let's begin. Mordred is a very interesting character in both design and story. She's initially summoned by Kairi Shishigo, who is Master of Red for the Greater Holy Grail War. When we first see her, she's in a badass suit with a helmet that resembles an ox. She's also a spitting image of Saber from the other Fate series. She's the child of King Arthur and the true heir to the throne of Camelot. I love the fact that this anime and its predecessors uses classic historic characters and gives them these excellent anime twists. She's also very prideful and haughty in nature. She's always going on about how she's a much better swordsman than her father. Now with those details out of the way, let's get into the animified history of the character. And this could get confusing, so I'll do my best to dissect it. So who is Mordred really? She's known as the Knight of Treachery for betraying the King of Knights, aka King Arthur, aka King Arturia, aka Saber. Confused yet? Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll make sense soon. One question you may be having is if Mordred is a female and so is Arturia, then how is her birth possible? And what are the details? She was conceived by Arturia and her witch sister, Morgan Le Fay. This consummation was both wicked and incestuous, but for anime reasons we won't go into that. At the time this occurred, Arturia was turned into a pseudo-male by Merlin's magic, which explains the King Arthur role. Then Le Fay enchanted her with a spell resulting in getting her, well his at the time, sperm. Morgan used her own ovary and made a homunculus clone of Arturia. This all seemed like some ill-conceived plan, the reason being is Le Fay flat out hated Arturia for getting all the attention as a child, even though Le Fay was the oldest and rightful heir. Take it from me, the birth is not going in a good direction, I can tell you that right now. As a homunculus, she grew extremely fast. This resulted in reaching a good fighting age quickly, but also meaning a much shorter lifespan. Thus is the case with homunculi. Eventually her mother convinced her that she was to go to Camelot and compete for the throne, as it was her right to do so. Le Fay gave her armor and the helmet. She was told never to take it off in order to conceal her identity from the king. Learning the truth of her past, however, made her feel very ashamed, thus she grew jealous towards humans. She eventually showcased her abilities and earned a spot at the round table, but she still had that childlike innocence, so she looked up to the king and admired him as the perfect king. Just like a child would to her favorite hero, whether it's Spider-Man or Superman. One truth she didn't learn though was who her real father was. That's right, all this was kept from her, up until a certain point. Eventually Morgan revealed to Mordred the truth about her father. This excited Mordred, and she confronted the king with this thinking she'd be accepted by him. Now her past was something to be proud of, since the blood of the king ran through her. Morgan also told her the king would never accept such a filthy child, seemingly all a ploy to get the gears of revenge going. As according to plan, Arthur sent her away, with the following words: "You are certainly born from my and my sister's plotting, but I will not recognize you as my son or give you the throne." With that, Mordred's childlike innocence was shattered, and she believed this was the result of her being the child of Morgan, whom Arturia hated. If I could try to sum up these emotions and put them into words, I'd say that basically she felt that even if she became the greatest of all knights, she would still be overlooked because of who her mother was, and her shameful past. Her love turns to hatred, and that sparked a rebellion that would soon bring an end to the throne. The rebellion occurred while the king was away, so the battlefield of Camelot was the stage for this final showdown. After warriors fall on both sides and all is left is Arthur and Mordred battling on a pile of corpses, Mordred used this time to tell the king that all she wanted was his acceptance. Since she was young, these emotions weren't handled properly, which is the problem with such rapid growth combined with childlike emotions. Before striking the final blow, King Arthur told the following words to Mordred: "Not once did I despise you. There was only one reason I would not give you the throne. You didn't have the capacity of a king." Her final strike came from what seemed like a noble phantasm, and Mordred fell, reaching out to Arthur, uttering with her last breath, "Father," and that was it. Well, at least that was it for the control of her own body. as a powerful curse that I didn't mention purposefully until now was placed on Mordred by the Fae long before. Right on the brink of death, Mordred's mighty blade swings, striking and fatally wounding the king, eventually later dying from these wounds. A past that can only be summarized as tragic, dark, and unusual, and in fact she's referred to as a rare villain. Finally, let's get to her Holy Grail wish. If she wins, she wants to challenge the Sword of Appointment and earn the title of king with her battle abilities. A noble wish for a heroic spirit that is at the same time a villain. This anime is dark in that sense and highly recommended as well. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the video, and if you're a fan of Mordred and would love to summon her as your heroic spirit, then like or comment as well. Also let me know which heroic spirit I should cover. Anyone from any Fate series is available. Anyways, Levi Hitcho here, signing off. Until next time, everyone.